This time's for you. Are you guys ready? Okay then, begin!
Let the match begin!
It's time to duel! Let's begin!
Venomots! Rule battle!
それでは第9回戦
この発旋部
Get everybody on for Cartel Roundtable. Oh, maybe Spider can't hear. Look at my shit right. I'm not so off. All right, now we're good. Maybe Spider can't hear, aka Mr. AKA the head of the table. What's going on with y'all today?
What's going on?
Synergy.
Here to talk about this mess.
It's mess. It's all mess. But we're gonna talk about the best manga / comic book fights. And it's gonna be, we're gonna keep it spoiler free as possible, so don't, I don't want to see the tears. No anime only tears, no Netflix only tears, no dub only tears. Just relax.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be part of the culture. Be part of the culture, people.
Yeah.
But the other co-hosts will be here a little later. But anybody want to start out with their number 5 that they got?
Right out the gate.
Sure, man.
Why not go right out the gate?
Let me pull up the list, Oh, I'm going to start with one that I'm pretty sure no one's familiar with here. Anybody read Yozakura Spy Family?
No.
Never heard of it.
Pretty fire. I'd recommend reading it. But it's gonna be getting an anime soon here. But
that looked clean, to be honest.
Yeah. So the plot is essentially this kid gets married into this family where they're all like super spies, whatever, right? And they're like well known. They're like the most well-known spies in the world, and everybody's coming for them specifically for their blood. Because if you get some of their blood, it'll give you the same abilities they got. They're disgusting. I mean, like these niggas can dodge rain. So anyway, there's a arc where goons come to their house and try to break down their house. It's like an army of like 1,000 assassins try to come to their house, and these like 7 people that were just on the screen fend off this 1,000 people for a few issues. Like, it's a long fight, and everyone gets to flex their powers and abilities. I mean, it's sick. It's really nice to see it breaking down. It's like Mr. and Mrs. Smith on crack.
Now,
wait, can you give the name of that again? That anime? I mean, that manga?
Yeah.
I want to write that down.
So is it not to get confused with Spy and Family?
Yeah, not out. Spy X Family.
Oh, My Spy X. Okay.
Mario Hudson, what's going on?
What's up, folks?
What's up, man?
Hello.
I like that Warner Brothers style shirt there.
Bro, we really all 5 of us literally got glasses, bro. We are.
I know the vision and
Yep.
Looking real stereotypical blurs out here.
Bro, we can see
Why better than you, man?
I gotta see. I don't got no choice.
Shout out to everybody nearsighted as fuck. I appreciate it.
Is that Kermit on your shirt, or what kind of frogs is those?
Oh no, these are just 3 drunk frogs, bro, from Mexico.
Oh, okay.
That's a fucking Budweiser frog.
They really are.
All right, so with my 5, I know everybody unfortunately got that bad season 2 of Promised Neverland, and I feel sorry for you if you had to live through that and you thought it was gonna be fire, but I'm going with the Goldie Pond arc with Promised Neverland. It's the Goldie Pond kids with Emma versus Louis, one of the archdukes of the royal demon family. And due to the fact this is just amazing stuff right here. Hold on, let me see.
Okay.
They just go in with the meeting. They meet up. He's just like, listen, I'll give you 10 hours to get your shit together so you can try and kill me. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. You know Emma doing her shit. You see Emma with the gat? Come on now. Emma with the toolie? Too good. You know, Emma's just like, yo, we don't got to do this. I don't really want to fight you and all that good stuff. He's like, no, you're going to fight me. You got to throw them hands. Emma comes through with the traps, all the semi-automatic weapons.
Ooh.
Everybody just fire on them at once at that point. You know, Emma trying to dip out the way. But my man catches all the bullets. Unscathed. Well, his cape's a little, you know what I'm saying? You get little holes in the cape, you know.
Unscathed.
But he ain't a normal demon. You know, you got to break off his mask, do all the extra bullshit. But, you know, he's expecting you to break his mask. Then you do get Mister in this. So you're supposed to get the guy that was in the bunker for all those years. The only adult mostly in that world. So he is in his art. He does help the Goldie Pond kids. And you do get to see him flex a little bit on that notion. And then after that, you know, he's on the brink of death. And for some reason, he's one of those villains when he's on the brink of death and he gets stronger. He dared to tear down a whole town single-handedly, just using his fist. And he's like, all right, I'm on the brink of death. I ain't feel this in like 1,000 years. You know, I'm peak horny right now, and he's just doing the most. So that's my number 5. Go read Promised Neverland manga. The ending is terrible, but whatever. This is the spoiler room brawl right here. I'll just be like, for this fight right here, this was it for that one. So go read it for the Goldie Pond arc.
Nice. I guess I'll go. All mine are going to be Dragon Ball because I am a new manga reader and Dragon Ball is the only manga I'm caught up with. My number 5, well, I only have 4. My bottom one would be Buu. Not saying that it's bad, but I'll say Majin Buu versus Moro, the Planet Eater. I don't know if you guys are reading the manga, but Buu for me doesn't really get a lot after the Majin Buu saga. Buu doesn't really get like the hype that he, you know, deserves, and I think that the fight that he had with Moro, he actually and like literally pounds. I wish I should have submitted some scans so you guys could see how amazing it looked, especially in color. Boo pounds the crap out of Moro, smiling like he tears Moro apart. Like it was just absolutely fucking crazy.
That's when he grew multiple arms.
He grew to multiple arms, and he was just stomping that man into the fucking ground. Like I want probably like if I would to take out Goku and Vegeta and what they did tomorrow, probably Boo would probably be like the most person that did the most damage to Moro before he transformed. So mine would definitely be Boo destroying Moro. I think he actually would have probably had that same energy in the Tournament of Power if they let him fight, but we all know how that went. So
the one that fought Moro was that Boo with the cape, the skinny Boo with the cape?
No, it was fat Boo fought Moro.
Okay.
Yeah, he turned back fat after the Tournament of Power. He didn't stay skinny. I wish he did though stay skinny though. He looked better that way, but
he did.
Yeah. Well, they call him Fit Boo now, but yeah,
Fit Boo.
Yeah, because you can't say skinny Boo because it's like I guess they try to differentiate it, I guess. But yeah, that's mine.
Greg, who you got on my range? Who you got number 5?
Well, for mine, I'm excited to go. I'm in the anime. I do have a comic book one though. I'm gonna say that one for the 4th, 3rd. But for this one, I went in Bleach. As everybody know, the 1,000-Year Blood War arc is coming. But I didn't want to do one of the big ones. I wanted to stay one of the ones that I personally think showed off some of Kubo's best drawing work. So that's Rukia's fight. Rukia's fight with Asnote, and it shows off, I personally believe, one of the best looking Bankai of the entire series. It really looks that good. The fight itself is relatively fine. Not gonna do many spoilers or anything of that. Like it shows Rukia as some of her best fights, some of her best work. She's fighting somebody extremely strong, and her Bankai, it just looks beautiful. It fits her. It's pristine. It's immaculate. It probably scans all over the internet at this point. So I don't really have to spoil anything. But her Bankai alone it's top 3 in that arc of just overall look of a Bankai. It's really, really good. So
it's also super broken.
That too. So to keep spoilers to minimum, just if you feel like just any spoiler, just go look at the picture. It's almost out of like a Disney film. It looks that good. It really is. So I have to tip my hat off to Kubo for that. That's some of the best drawing work I've seen. So her against Asno, it's a wonderful, wonderful one.
Yeah, I mean, we're not picking just this guy trash the other guy. You know, if you have artistic purposes of picking the fight, it just looked great. You know, those are valuable choices. Also, we're reading it. Also, we're looking at it to see just the illustration and everything about it. So
it took me away when I saw it. I was like, yeah, leave.
Craig, go round at number 5.
I wanted to get into Bleach. I wanted to start it. I want to know what this Bankai is.
I think you'll enjoy it. I really do.
Yeah, if you like Dragon Ball, you'll probably like Bleach.
After I get caught up on One Piece, Bleach is my next one. So
for my question of Bleach with the power system, is it in the top 5?
Her Bankai? Nah, I ain't gonna lie like it is.
I mean,
talking about the overall power system or Rukia?
Just the power system. Ki, Chakra, Bankai,
there's
energy,
multiple power systems in Bleach though. So it's like Quincy powers are way over Bankai. Way over. So it's like, I mean, Quincy powers probably, I wouldn't say they're top 5 in all anime. They're top 5 mainstream though.
I would say it would be a good power system alone before the final arc. The final arc just took, generally like Zanpakutos and the regular power system of Soul Reapers and a few of the other beings. And it took them straight left, like it introduced some power things, and that's far greater than some of the normal ones. But as a system of just a sword using your soul and its abilities and reishi in general, it's relatively fine. Like I'd say about a little bit above average.
Yeah, because
I love 90s. I love 90s anime when it's just like, hey, you got this, and that's it.
and it's really tough, like especially like with Quincy's and like high level Bankai can be like anything. There's not, it's not like with Ki, it's like they're gonna shoot a blast, right? But with like high level Bankai and Quincy shit, like it's literal hacks. Like they're like, I mean, it's just flat out hacks. It's crazy.
It's basically like if you have a broken hex for your ability, you are just top tier. It's really just that simple. So it's more randomized because of that. But just overall, the system of I have this and then I have this, they stay consistent with that. It just whatever this is determines the power.
Right. There's a dude, like I'm not gonna spoil anything about it, but there's a dude in Bleach that can redefine words on a metaphysical level. Like, I mean, like he can literally change the word arm so you no longer have them. Like just because he changed the word. Like he's ridiculous.
I keep hearing about this Yuha dude. I'm on TikTok and they keep putting him against Goku.
Oh,
like he's
Oh, okay, we go.
I'm not trying to turn this into a debate. It's just I really want to look into him and see like what's the hype about. Isn't he like Russian or something?
He's busted. I can tell you that much.
He's busted.
Yeah.
I gotta learn more about him.
Realistically, he could probably one-shot Goku.
I still don't like Yubak, but I still don't like his idea.
You have Bach.
I still don't like his idea. I don't. I really don't. But
I got into a debate about him, and I, of course, won. But
James is here.
Either he didn't know a lot about Yuha, or he was just.
He just wanted an excuse to talk to you. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But I do want to know more about him. He looks really cool. Him and Aizen. That's why I want to watch Bleach. They both look cool.
Yeah, I do not see an argument for Goku winning that, but like, I mean, your watch is just fucking
busted.
All right, apologies to Craig. Craig, let's get your number 5. I don't want to leave you.
Not at all. Not at all. I'm gonna go with Last Ronin issue 2. It's basically the reveal of Raphael versus Karai. I should have like Tay. I should have dropped down some scans.
I'm sorry. What was the series?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's Last Ronin issue 2. Oh, he's hyping it in. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
No, because you saw the transition. He was like, that was an anime moment, bro.
We will find out next
Reflection
time.
on your glasses just hit, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's how.
Gotta look that joint up.
All right. So, anyways, so yeah. So
Shout out to Last Ronin. They ain't finished it yet. God damn it.
Last Ronin, Raphael versus Karai, issue 2, was one of my favorite. Fire. Honestly, it shouldn't have been number 5. Honestly, it should have been higher up on my list. Definitely. I really feel like so spoiler alert, he should have been at least number 3, not number 5. But since he's already revealed, we're gonna give him number 5. And the reason why this is one of my favorite fights is because being a TMT fan, which I've always been, and I've gotten into. Everybody knows I'm a debate guy, and a lot of people sleep on just how amazing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles really are, like what they're capable of, what they can do. People will put them up against fights that like people that they were solo, but they don't know because they don't actually read the comics. They only see the cartoon. Like people don't know, like people like Casey Jones can go against like somebody of high tier, Batman, stuff like that, like Punisher. He's even what's bruh's name? Not Master Splinter.
Other street level characters, pretty much.
Yeah. But what's the dude I'm just talking about? Not Slade, but who's the dude that they always fight? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Say that again. Shredder. He's fought Shredder 1v1 and gotten the better of him before. You get what I'm saying? So they don't really showcase how amazing each characters are. And in this specific issue, you see Raphael by himself take on a whole horde of foot ninjas with Karai, who people don't know. Karai is one of the best ninjas ever. Like you can put her up there with characters like Elektra and stuff like that. Yeah, a little lower on the tier in comparison to Elektra, but she's right there. You get what I'm saying? So like he took all these people out, and Raphael was really a one-man army. He had kunai in him. He had swords in him. He had arrows in him. He's finding a whole army rushing through and kills the boss, and they kill each other and die in a pool of water. And that's just Raphael's character. You know what I mean? I love it when they showcase a character for who he is. Raphael has always been the loose cannon, and as we know, the brothers was getting killed off. So you get to see how us TMT fans would want to happen. Like, nah, fuck that. Let's go out with a bang. Let's kill these motherfuckers. And Raphael has always been that character. Like, yeah, bro. Like, all that anger you feel, I'm the embodiment of that. And yeah, bro, it was just an amazing fight. Like, he took everybody down and took the boss, and nobody could fight him. He was basically on some Wolverine shit.
Yeah, shout out to Last Ronin. Very good comic. I hope they finish it sometime soon. And my honorable mention for comics is going to be what's up here? It's gonna be Thanos versus Godzilla.
That's a moment. That's not a fight. That was a moment.
That's why it's honorable. Your man came down. He said enough. He's like, yo. Godzilla was like, yo, you could take this John, and yeah, we straight. It's good. He's like, yo, I'm still Thanos at the end of the day. What you talking about? Like, watch your mouth. You need to slow down a little bit.
right.
All Doom said, like, yo, you got the Infinity Gauntlet? He said no. I'm like, all right, rip. It's just like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Holding Thanos' fucking spine and skull. He says, he talked to analysis, yo, I need penance for this. You know, oh, yeah, yes, master. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I ain't with the fuck shit. I ain't with the fuck shit. That's him. You know what I mean? So I give that the honorable mention. It's not a fight, but it's definitely a moment.
Yeah. That was a beautiful moment. Like, and that's that's what made this video so hard for me to actually come up with fights, because honestly, when I look back on why I'm a comic book reader, it wasn't for the fights. It was for the moments. It's for like the story. That's what makes everything so fire to me, but never like a fight where I was just like, damn, that shit was crazy. Like these is like but nah, like it's the moments, it's the story, like shit like that shit blows my mind.
All right, who we got? Logan, you got number 4.
Number 4. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and toss out this Jujutsu Kaisen moment when my boy I can't even think of my guy's name right now. The summoner dude, he summons straight up
Megumi?
Yu-Gi-Oh. Yes, my guy just summons a straight up Yu-Gi-Oh monster. Please put this on screen.
Shout out to BT, businessman to talk. I got you.
Please put my guy on screen. Maharaga, bruh. I gotta rate this dude's. Nah, not that.
Oh, spoilers. You run it through. Oh man, you are not a poker player at all.
Ignore it all. Ignore it.
Yo,
yeah, you run this thing on you.
8-handled sword divergent Sela Divine General Maharaga.
That's
this
hilarious.
guy. Why? OD. This guy. It took Sukuna to like really kind of put him down. I'm not gonna say what happens in this fight. It's ridiculous.
Keep it as PG as possible.
That fight. The conclusion of that fight is ridiculous, and it definitely puts Sukuna up extremely high in the anime world. And I just Megami summoned that as a last resort, and I should just say that you do not want that to get summoned on you because you're gonna die. Period. Like this, it's a wrap for you.
Wrap them up.
It's over. And that's it.
Terry, who you got at number 4?
Oh, I have even though I haven't read it in a while, I haven't seen. Well, I only saw it once, which was Gohan versus Kefla. Of course, in the Dragon Ball Super manga. It ended up in a stalemate. I think they both canceled each other out, if I believe.
Knocked each other out, double knockout.
But it was a really great moment. And even like us in the Dragon Ball community, we kind of also think that should have been a replacement. I mean, that actually should have happened in the actual anime. I also agree. I love Goku, but there's moments where I think that, especially since that is canon, and I think that should have carried over to the anime. Gohan completely, of course, he had on. He didn't even look like how he looked in the anime. He had on Piccolo's outfit. He looked way more badass. I think Gohan looks way better in Piccolo's outfit. He went up against Kefla, who we know was already strong at the time, and he did what he had to do. He was keeping up with her. If you really think about it, he was doing more to her than Omen UI was doing, and it looked way more badass. Goku's fight with Kefla was more of just him being defense, because you know how much more powerful Omen UI was to Kefla. So it wasn't really a fight. With Gohan versus Kefla, it was more of it could go either way. You know what I mean? Because that was kind of Gohan's real first serious fight. So even if he didn't win, I still give him the dub, because that was really a Gohan. And I think a lot of people don't know that about Gohan, that he really turned up in him. That's why I tell people like to read the Dragon Ball Super manga, because you would not be calling Gohan a failure if you knew the things that even Gohan versus OG 7-3. Like I posted that on my TikTok, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I like when people call Gohan a failure. I'm like, you gotta read the manga. Like, he turns the fuck up. Like, seriously. Like,
Not only that, but Gohan fought her after she bodied U11. Most of the U11 soldiers, obviously not Jiren, but Jiren was just chilling, doing what he's doing, and then Dispo wasn't there either, or what's the other guy's name?
Topo.
Topo.
Topo. So the main three wasn't there, but she bodied everybody.
Yeah.
and then Gohan was like, I'm not gonna use the same blood that I got. I'm gonna use my human side and fight you.
He was straight. I think that was like his mystic form, and he straight up went up against it. He didn't go Super Saiyan. He didn't do any Super Saiyans or anything like that. And he straight up went up against. That's why I said that moment would have been so great. And I don't know why Toriyama or whoever, I don't know why they would put Goku as. I mean, I know why, because it probably would generate more money. Plus, the whole sliding Kamehameha wave thing was very groundbreaking. But I think it would have been more groundbreaking if they let Gohan do it. So yeah, that's my next fight. So Gohan versus
Looking forward to Dragon Ball Superhero.
Oh yes, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, that's jumping off the arc on there, the Super Time tournament part thing going on.
I want to see. That looks. I'm not really into Dragon Ball Superhero, but that tournament looks really good. I'm going to actually. I'm going to make some content on that because it does look. And you got Yamcha in there now. You got Goku, Zeno Goku. I didn't even know you got the bull who gave Trunks the sword. I didn't even because I didn't watch it.
Yeah. What is this? Is that multiverse?
Like a multiverse.
Yeah.
You got DBZ Broly. I didn't because again I didn't follow that. So
yeah, DBZ Broly has his own team. And I thought that was crazy. But the guy that gave Trunks the sword, he has his own team. I thought that was cool when they met up and just like, oh, who are you? And just like, well, I gave you that sword on your back, and then all right, cool. But that's. I think it's like 3 episodes into that arc so far. Yeah, they're only 10-minute episodes, Logan, so you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My number 3 is going to be Demon Slayer. It's going to be the Hashiras versus Muzan. Everybody relax.
Yeah.
Relax. But you do get to see you do see the rest of the Hashira fight. You get to see all the other Hashira fight except for Tengen because he's a bum. But that's neither here nor there. You get to see the Stone Hashira fight. He puts in most of the work. The Love Hashira, even though that's poorly drawn behind him.
I was going to say the same shit.
He puts in work actually, so let's not sleep under this. He's finally in the Snake Hashira. He puts in work.
Wait, let me ask a question. Is this the next episode? The next because this looks.
Nah, it's not. The next arc is going to be the Snake Hashira on there, but they're gonna fight. I
know I've seen her because I'm actually reading that after the Entertainment District. So I look because she's on there too.
Yep,
she's there, and then the Mist one, the Mist Hashira is there. It's the Mist Hashira and the Love Hashira.
Fake Machiro, I love it, boy.
Yeah,
you're gonna respect that, and then you're gonna see Muzan versus Tanjiro. All I'm saying is Tanjiro when he does the sun form again, he has more control over it, and it's a fire transition with that, and everybody gets you just see a beautiful fight with this. I know it's colored, so when I was reading it was black and white. When I saw it colored, it's just a beautiful fight with Tanjiro holding his own against Muzan with his sun form.
He looked like the boy from 7 Deadly Sins a little bit.
He's put in all the work on Sins.
Bond.
Maybe Bond. So that's my number 4. Not to give too much away, but it's a firefight. Everybody gets to jump into it. The Netsu's there, Inosuke's there. Tanjiro holding down the fort. All the other Hashiras just show up. Ginyu there. Love Hashira, Mist Hashira, Snake Hashira, Stone Hashira. They're all there, just putting in work. So, and then the plot twist, the ending was meh, but the plot twist I get. So I get why they did it. Right. But the shit they had to do to Muzan, go read it.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
no.
gonna say.
Some of the stuff that happened to Muzan, your favorite character would not be able to withstand. I'll
Right.
just say that.
He okay. I mean, I can't say it. I'm punching
Yeah,
air
Let's
right now,
yeah,
so I can't say it.
let's keep it right. Just right. Just put a pin right there. Just
The
keep it
pin's there. Go read
right
it.
there.
Oh, Tejo used to something. No, you saw the sun form in the anime. Relax. He does it again, but you know. All right, so move on to number 4. Monterey, who you got for number 4?
So, I'll follow in your spirit of Demon Slayer for your number 4. And I'm going to give a shout out to my boy Zenitsu. He's my favorite character in the show. He is hilarious.
I love Zenitsu too.
I'm going to shout out to him. Zenitsu has a fight with this person whose name is Kagaku or Kaigaku, whichever way you want to pronounce it. Not going to really give spoilers on who he is, but he has a connection to my boy Zenitsu, and it gives him a lot of development. You learn a lot about why Zenitsu is the way he is, and the fight that those two have is very serious. They have a lot of history, a lot of background into it. Their fight is something serious. Like,
Such a good fight. Such a good moment.
I love that moment. I love the fight. I love the background of everything they have. The conversation they have throughout the entire thing is very serious. It has a lot of meaning to Zenitsu before it grows during that fight, and it's gonna be a
fire fight. Zenitsu, Zenitsu goes on another level.
Yeah.
I guess Zenitsu is a wimp. He a crybaby, all that kind of stuff. All that's finna go out the window in that one fight. That one fight is gonna take the cake. It's gonna give you a lot of respect for Zenitsu, which is where he ends up being like my favorite character in that series. That one fight alone.
Yo, shout outs to Lightning Breathing Form 1 for being all we need. How about that?
All you need. Please. Like whoever did the writing for that fight, and even just the parallels, the things that the ideas of them two having to each other, it's there. Like, I give them so much props for that.
Firefight, and if you're on Facebook and you're perusing around, there is a fan animation of the said fight, so you can kind of see it, but it doesn't do the fight any justice. So I recommend you just read the fight. It's a lot of good dialogue between Zenitsu and said person. So
we'll wait till you read that. On that.
I think we're doing pretty good on the spoiler-free stuff. I think we're doing pretty good today.
As long as y'all start talking about somebody dying, child.
We know.
We ain't gonna go in
Oh, we ain't say nothing about that.
Okay.
Craig, who you got at number 4?
At number 4, I got Black Panther versus Marvel Knights. Marvel Knights issue number 5. That's where he's in a room with his teammates and decides to just beat ass. And like I said, honestly, this was my number 5, but I got it mixed up. Like I said, number 3 really should have been Raphael. But the reason why I like this one so much is because I can't stand Batman debates when we talk about T'Challa, because it gets brought up every year consistently. Batman versus T'Challa, Batman versus T'Challa, Batman versus T'Challa, as if these motherfuckers are on par, and I really don't feel like they are. And I feel like comics like this showcase you, because they be like, well, you take off the suit, then what? That's what happens. That's what happens. You take off his suit, and he goes against the best hand-to-hand combatants in Marvel, which is we talking about Daredevil, which is we talking about Elektra, which is we talking about Punisher. And although a lot of people are asleep on Punisher, they don't give him that top rank. The same Natasha Romanoff that y'all give a lot of credit to, Punisher beat her. So just let y'all know, Punisher is a boy. Y'all may not know, but he goes crazy.
Punisher ran through the Avengers, so we're not gonna.
Yeah, I mean, like people don't notice. You know what I mean? People say that he's a brood, he's a regular thug, because they go off of like cross comics where Batman fought him and he was like, "Oh, you're just a regular thug." Like, they don't actually read comics. So you read comics, you find out Punisher beat Wolverine. Punisher gave Captain America a pass, could have killed him. So just understand Right. So just understand, you got these 3 high tier level hand-to-hand combatants in all of Marvel. Punisher beats all their ass at the same time. That's why it's one of my favorite moments because it showcases why he is one of the best handed combatants in all of Marvel, hands down.
I made a
Alright,
Facebook Facebook status saying that Batman and Black Panther ain't no different, and they packed me up.
They try to hang you on the gallows for that.
All the old niggas, they went in their closets and brushed off the dust on their comics and was like, let me school her on how.
I'm gonna get her the fuck out of here today, not yesterday.
Let her
It's a
know.
lot different.
I don't know. I was just trolling.
The chicken is different. The chicken is real
I
different.
just said that they would both wear suits, and these niggas like,
How dare you?
Ain't that every hero?
How dare
I
you?
said that they both are regular humans who need power.
Negative. And actually, Black Panther does have powers.
I
But
mean,
that's neither here nor there.
We can't put Black Panther and Batman street level anymore. Honestly,
I think Batman is definitely not street level. Like he's street level by choice because he feels like it.
Right.
But it really it depends. There's always different versions of characters that'll slap another version. But overall, like base Batman, base Black Panther suit alone scales above. I mean, it's just
that vibranium is just something else.
it's just how it works.
Facts.
My honorable mention for comics I did want to say is Wolverine versus Cyclops and Schism.
How did I know this was gonna happen?
I just need you to relax a little bit. The throwing of the hands.
Bro, you've shown this how many times?
I said this is the first time I'm showing it.
No, bro, you showcased this before, bro.
I never did actually. I never did actually. Like for the fact of them going at it and he optic blasts Wolverine's face off. I was like, oh, these things just trying to kill each other. Just fuck it. At this point, it was all just to save a rundown fucking island in San Francisco. Actually, it was Alcatraz that they was had their base on. But this is definitely a dope fight for both these two. So I did want to just preview that for my honorable mention for the comics.
These two are they be fighting over thoughts, bro.
Now they fucking each other. So hey, it is what it is.
You're out of
whole
line.
thing.
You're out of line.
They're in a poly relationship.
I'm saying you out of line though. You out of line.
Scott's my man, $100,000. But if he's fucking Wolverine or he's getting fucked, it is what it is, I'm just saying.
You should have posted that too. You should have showed that.
Of them fucking, I don't think Marvel will let me get
they
that.
Was in the bed, but I don't think they showed
in the bed. No, they just show their room outside Jean's room, so it's just like never mind. Anyways, Logan, what you got for number 3 for your best fight? I didn't show both of them.
Number 3, I got the Nation of Science, the Kingdom of Science versus Stanley alone. Your boy Stanley Yelnats was out here punching holes in niggas with the sniper rifle, bro. Oh my goodness. Stanley alone he had them running across the nation. They were running across multiple continents running from Stanley, and he was coming. Stanley's still coming. Like they had.
And this is Dr. Stone.
Absolutely.
Stanley, Dr. Stone.
Yeah, Stanley was coming with that work. Okay, Stanley's got an answer for all your shit. You got airplanes, he got them too. You got motorcycles, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We got it.
We got him.
How they make something like that? Hold on, I might have to read the. I have to hold on. That was lit.
Yeah.
We putting her on right now.
Yeah.
I've been writing everything down, child. That looked amazing.
Cam, I sent you all my shit, by the way. If you just want to show it at the end of the episode, like we used to, just letting you know.
All right, got you.
Yeah, that's a one-man army. Respect Stanley, because he got an answer for every problem. And you don't gotta trust me. Ask Senku. He know.
Tay, I do have your Black Clover scan up here. Also, if you want to talk about.
Oh yeah. So, yeah, I guess I'll say that one. I didn't write that one down, so I guess that would be. I should have put that at like 4 or something. So I'll talk about that one. So, Yeah, well, of course, it's Black Clover. I am caught up on a Black Clover manga, but I haven't read it in so long. So if I'm a little bit choppy with this fight, but I thought this fight was so amazing for Magna because of that. What's his name? Dante. What was his name again?
Yeah, Dante.
Yeah,
Dante, right? Okay. So this fight to me, like I love the Black Clover manga. Number one, animation is on point. It's amazing. But Magna, everyone knows that Magna wants to. He's in competition with
Don't hurt your neck, boy.
the.
That's,
You know,
that's
but
my
I
favorite
feel
fight
like
so
Mag-
far,
I
man.
That
feel
nigga
like
was
Bro,
acting
I
like a
swear.
sensei.
no, but for real, that I
I'm
was
with
the same
her.
way because that shit.
That
Listen,
is my
Magna
favorite moment in
Bro.
Black
deserved
Clover
that,
so
bro.
far.
Like
I'm with her. I'm
Magna,
with her.
what Magna ultimately did is he kind of showed you that strength hacks can, and I love that part about anime sometimes where they show you that hacks can supersede strength sometimes.
Facts.
And Dante was so fucking power hungry because he had that damn devil in him, and not even Asta and Yami can take. That's why I think that is so amazing because Asta and Yami couldn't even take him down.
Yeah.
And it was like the fact that Magna had a hack to be able to like put him. I think they did like he put like half of his health or whatever, and then pummeled him or something. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You gotta.
It's just it was so dope. Like that shit was. I'm sorry, y'all. If you're on here, you get the spoilers. It was that. All I'm gonna say is Magna is that
Yeah.
boy. Period.
He's like, look at that. You're just as weak as me.
I
Like
gotta
that,
add on that.
when I actually I actually went back and just was like, yo, that shit was lit. Like Magna
I'm
did
gonna
it.
get these
You didn't
hands.
even expect that to happen. Like
Yeah.
when Magna was gonna go against Dante, I thought that it was over for him. Like I was like, yeah, like how the fuck is he beating him? Not even Yami. I think Yami do another dimension slash on him or something. Yami did something.
Didn't work.
He did the
Yami got yoked up.
Yeah, and it didn't do a damn thing, and I was just like, God damn, like. But then I'm like, this is Magnus' last day. Dante, come on now.
I gotta add to that real quick. I should just point out that that's an awesome homage to Yu Yu Hakusho, Ninth Edge Death Fight in the tournament.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh wow, yeah, you're right. Oh, I like that part too. That part was lit. I love when they
And
did
I
that.
see
part.
what you did there.
And also, Dante's fighting style was boxing, and Magna was like, nah, but these hands hit different. Like, goodness gracious.
I'm ready to throw these hands. I got no spells. I'm ready to throw these hands.
Right.
That was dope though. I like that little knife hand fight that Yusuke and that was lit. I thought that was really lit though.
I like. Well, keeping on the Black Clover, I like the second fight better. Noelle versus chick she was fighting with Charlotte. Oh, that was insane.
She is annoying.
Oh my god! But the curses on curses on curses on curses. Just read the manga, man. Just read the manga. But my number 3, I'm gonna go my hero for this one.
I knew it'll come out.
I'm gonna go Star and Stripe versus Shigaraki. That fight. Oh my god! This fraud showed up on a jet plane, just on top of it. Just like, listen, you that nigga I gotta fight. She's doing everything. Like, look, if Trump had a fucking number 1 hero, this would be her. Just like she strode up. Like, is that nigga I gotta fight? And you got Shigaraki on a no move, just like hanging in the air, just like, all right, run them hands. It's like, nah, I got different type of quirk. So just like, it ain't gonna be about that. So just to show a few things. She's like, she was catching. She got the new order, catching lasers, changing the atmosphere. First of all, the first quirk she said is just like, yo, the atmosphere in 100 meters doesn't exist anymore. I was like, what? I'm like, okay, so he's existing in zero space just at this point. So just like all that shit doesn't matter. Catching lasers, he's like, yeah, I can do all that shit. Just like the Stars and Stripes quirk is just insane. He's like, whatever happens is going to happen. So, and you can't do shit about it. But Shigaraki had the obvious out, which was probably one of the dumbest things I've read. But
worst part.
I understand. It's just, oh, you're not really that because reasons, and then also just like this one right here. If she touches you and she says it, she's gonna do it. If Shigaraki moves or does whatever, his heart is gonna stop, and then it's just like, all right, cool. The fight's over, right? But no, the manga has to go on, and then she just like
Goodness
turns into
gracious.
does the fist bump to the earth. Come on now, she was just doing everything in her power to just like get rid of this nigga, so he can grab the laser, turn the ultra beam laser, turn that into a fucking spear while she's in some type of atmosphere form, and she just does an ultimate attack. It's just fire.
Yeah,
That's probably
she got Tom.
that's probably that's probably one of the best fights in the show. It's just like afterwards, it's a mess, but shout out to Stars and Stripes for her debut and just like showing how insane her quirk is. And I'm not gonna spoil the rest of the fight because that was pretty much the nonsense afterwards, but the shit she was doing in this fight, definitely to the fist bump to the earth, all that good shit. So definitely New Order, probably one of the best hacks in anime. And yeah, to do the fact it's not the fact of what she can do, she has two of them. She has two commands that she can do. So the first command is always she's gonna be at peak physical health, peak physical strength, like All Might, but a little condensed down, and then the rest of it, she just do whatever she wants. So go read that. Shout out to Stars and Stripes.
Two questions on the two. One is a statement. The other one is a question. So I'll start off with the statement. The statement is, honestly, when I watched My Hero, it was cool the first season. After that, it's been a snore. But I will say, if it wasn't for a snore for me personally, but if it wasn't for the villains, because the villains bring it back for me. If it wasn't for the villains, bro, like Shiggy and all of them, bro, they go crazy like that. I really wish they had a spinoff, because honestly, they make the show for me. Like all their powers, that they're dynamic, the fights that they have are way more entertaining than watching the heroes. Even watching All Might versus All for One, that shit was ass to me. So watching the villains go against the other villains, that shit was fire.
Isn't that most of the time that the villains are the most interesting things about every show for the most part?
I don't think so.
It is for me. I watch those villains.
What's the last hero that was just like interesting? It's just like without the sake of the villain.
I feel like Batman's interesting.
Because I mean, if Batman just randomly just hit niggas that was just selling Ace, it's like, yo, we can't sell these Ace. The Batman's coming.
I'm saying
the
like
villains make Batman cool,
his dynamic, or even Daredevil, or any of these characters I'm mentioning,
it's psychological issues. Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's like he's interesting by himself. Honestly, I love Joker, but I don't read Batman for Joker. I read it for Batman. I watch MHA for the villains, not for the heroes.
But you know when Joker comes, pause if you need it.
Childish.
If the Joker shows up, shit is gonna hit the fan. Joker War, Death in the Family, Death of the Family, not definite. Death of the Family, and the other one that was Greg Capullo, Scott Snyder's run. I think it's Death of the Family. I think it only had 2 runs. No, yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So you knew when Joker showed up, it was something was going down. Not to take away from 0 Year with Riddler, I thought that was really good. And not to take away from the Court of Owls, I thought that was
the best.
Probably one of the best Batman runs
one of the
ever.
Best ever. Facts.
Scott Snyder probably has some of the best shit when it comes to the Batman. But I get what you're saying. The psychological turmoil that the hero goes through keeps you going. Okay,
that's the thing about Batman. Like he's interesting because of how he goes about shit. And that's what makes him interesting, because we all have our different say-sos of how he should do shit. But only Batman can be Batman. That's the reason why even his underlings that are the Robins say the same shit. Like, yeah, I'm not Batman. Even when I put on the suit, I'm not Batman, because I don't believe the shit that he believes. You know what I'm saying? He's challenged by the people that he mentors, his fucking his butler, which is basically his dad, you know what I mean,
His
from
teammates.
Commissioner Gordon, from every single villain. Everybody antagonizes his character in some form or fashion, even the JL. And that's what makes him such an iconic character, because he literally goes against the grain no matter what.
Gotcha. All right, who you got at number 3?
So for number 3, I'm going to make sure to defend this anime, because I always do, because people seem to forget the fact that Soul Eater existed, and it saddens me to this day, because Soul Eater is a good anime. It's just the anime decided to go sideways about halfway through. But one of the manga best fights is, it has multiple good fights. It really does. So it's hard for me to choose. So I'm just going to choose the last fight, like one of them that happened, which is Maka, one of the few early female antagonists, well, not antagonists, protagonists, is actually good and relatively well developed. Just people just tend to forget that female can be main characters that actually can be good. Maka, Death the Kid, and Black Star fighting against the Kishin, and we'll just leave it at that. The fact that they fight on the moon, for one thing, at the end of a war arc. Yes, it's actually a war arc that happened before all these other war arcs tend to happen. There's an actual war arc. It happened on the moon. Multiple good fights, multiple side characters, multiple storylines, all coming together. And these 3 are 3 kids literally fighting for the sake of the entire world. And it's crazy. It's not just simple zombies or nothing like that. No, these 3 have had struggles. Black Star almost lost an arm. Death the Kid that lost multiple people close. We're not even gonna say anything about that. It was tough. Like, the anime completely craps on the entirety of the story and what it actually is. Their fight with the Kishin is a culmination of everything they done went through, teamwork, struggles. It is a really, really good fight. And it's unfortunate that Soul Eater doesn't get the Brotherhood treatment, because it really deserves it. Because if it did, I promise it would poo on so many of these new gen anime, because it's just that good. Not that the new gen are bad.
Do you think it's because of the animation, or like, why do you think people don't take to it like that?
It's 2 things. One, the animation is a little more childlike than it should have, and then the best moments of the anime are not animated. Like, just the best moments they show. Like, I think the halfway point starts, which is where they go into this witch's castle. That's where the anime goes sideways, and it's in that castle that so many things get real. A lot of stuff happens in that castle, and just the anime goes from there and it goes sideways. And then the negative ending that the anime also had really just took the anime out of everybody's eye, because people don't get the powers. The ending is crappy. Is not what is supposed to have happened. And because
do you think Fire Force being a prequel would get people to look at Soul Eater a different way?
Hopefully, I hope it gets people, because I got Fire Force coming too. Hopefully, it'll get people to actually. I'm not gonna forget that. Hopefully, it'll get people to actually give the manga a chance. I don't really care if they watch the anime or not. The anime is funny for like the first half of it, and then after that, I just say ignore it. But the manga itself is really good. It has like the same seriousness or the same, moments and like mental aspects that they test in Fire Force. That was put in this sequel. It was put into freaking Soul Eater, and just people don't really just give it a chance and watch it or read it. And if they do, man, Black Star crap on Deku. I said what I said.
Yeah,
I
also really think that one thing that worked against the Soul Eater anime is that the dub's not great, and a lot of the characters are kind of annoying. So it's like if you're watching the dub, it like the animation is childlike, but like the voice acting is even more childlike.
Extra
so
childlike.
Yeah, and it just doesn't help.
You're right.
So do you feel like they make it more of a, like, not say sitcom, but you know what I mean, more of a, how they
make
take
it a lot more funny. They make it a lot more funny. Everybody said like the first half people can watch it, but they make it a lot more funny instead of the seriousness that actually happens. Like they test aspects of mental instability, madness, insanity, death. They take all that stuff way more seriously in the manga, and just in the show they make it a lot more just carefree and funny and
What,
stuff.
Yeah.
what
They
is
take a
it
lot to
called
see it
when a
out.
movie is based off another movie, but it's only to make fun of it? What is that called?
Parody.
Parody.
A parody.
They
It
almost
comes
made it
off
a
like a
parody.
parody, right?
Well, yeah, like because I feel like, and again, a lot of that comes down to the voice acting, because it's like a lot of Japanese voice acting. It's like something's funny for that moment, and then they go back to serious voice. But
Right.
with dubs,
It's
they
consistent.
take that funny moment, and then they're like, "Oh, this is my character. I'm a funny guy," and it's like, no, not really.
Man, you ain't lying. The stuff they did, the Carmen anime, just
You said
Real
anime?
the stuff they did, the
quick.
Carmen. Oh my
Oh, yeah.
god.
Craig, who you got at number 3?
Number 3. Okay, I got Deathstroke versus the JL Justice League. That's
Yeah.
one of my favorite. Man, I really and honestly, we gonna get into a little. It don't have to be a conversation, whatever. But one of my first introductions to Blerd Cartel, was y'all when y'all did the verses between Captain America and Deathstroke. One of my favorite versus battles I've ever seen displayed on video all time. Literally, probably number one. Honestly, that was so amazing. The scans were great. The comparisons, the arguments were amazing. I sat through the whole shit. I was amazed. It's fights like this with Deathstroke. It's like I had did a list of why Batman is probably number 15 of the best hand-to-hand combatants in all of DC. And everybody blew their mind about it. And they're like, what? You got Deathstroke above Batman? How? Motherfucker, have you ever seen Batman throw hands? Hands. Not we're not talking about his IQ. We're not talking about his prep time. We talking about throwing just hands with the Justice League and pulling dubs. No, you don't see that. You only see that with people like Deathstroke, who has that precog, who has that thinking where when soon as he sees you, bro, I'm thinking about 12 different ways to take you down. I'm thinking about 12 different scenarios of how this fight is going to happen. I'm going to make you play yourself. I'm going to use your power against you. And it's like fights like that is why I feel like Deathstroke should have won that debate, but that's neither here nor there, because Captain America won that debate. But still, this is one of those like feats where I'm like, bro, you just don't see this from any other character, not even Captain America, who is amazing. You know what I mean? So it's like that's a high feat. This man doesn't matter if he has super soldier serum, doesn't matter that he has precog. The fact that he doesn't have superpowers and he's beating Green Lantern, Black Canary, Green Arrow, Hawk, all these dudes all at the same time. If you knew their power scale and what they can do, that's bananas.
Yeah, don't forget, he took out Elastic Man and Flash first.
Talk about it.
You took
Flash.
the Flash first?
Flash out of there.
I remember when it was Deathstroke the Terminator, and he shot out Bart Allen's legs, and I thought that was amazing. He just took a regular shotgun, shot out Bart Allen's legs. It's like, we're not having this right now.
Yeah.
I need you to relax first.
I've been dropping all the issues, so let me also say is Identity Crisis issue number 3, just so y'all know.
Fire.
Fire.
I got that on the shelf back here. I should also say that moment with Deathstroke, no spoilers, but when
that's not a spoiler.
When the atom shrinks and he still could see him when he's the size of an atom.
Caught his ass.
Caught him. What?
Had him spooled.
Got your bitch ass.
With the one eye.
I did want to mention honorable mention for my comics, and I can't turn on the comics real quick. Is Hulk versus all the X-Men teams.
I'm so tired. This is a fucking typo, bro. I fucking hate this comic so much. I hate this comic so much.
When Hulk strolled up on the X-Men, just like, I need to run these hands.
This is such bullshit.
Rock slide, you ain't got no hands. It's like, Wolverine, let me bat your ass somewhere. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't got time for you. And then when Wolverine came back again, I'm going to punch your head so hard repeatedly that your brain is going to bleed into the adamantium skull you have, and you're going to knock out permanently. I'm tired of you. Just get out of here. Just like, Wolverine came back another time. I don't have all of them when he fights that, but he just ran up against 3 X-Men teams to get the Professor Xavier and just like, I don't let your dumb ass live. So whatever. Broke Colossus' arm. It was amazing. I recommend you. It's only 3 issues, so read. He fought Excalibur, Young X-Men, the regular X-Men team. So those are my number 3 for honorable mention for just the comics.
Can I chime in?
Go ahead.
I fucking hate this comic, bro. I hate this comic with the core of my soul. I always have. I'm a big X-Men fan. There is no fucking way that Warrior Hulk should be pulling this shit off, bro. There's no fucking way, bro. The whole X-Men, like, literally, they had X-Men teleporting in. Now, mind you, it's also misleading because I really hate how I don't give a fuck. I don't like how the Hulk fans try to make it seem like Hulk did this solo. What Cam doesn't show is that he had other Hulklings with him. I just want to show that other motherfuckers with him. It's not like he took on the whole X-Men by himself. So that's 1. 2, the other fact is that, bro, there are fucking telepaths. How the fuck is not one telepath? I don't give a damn. How is Xavier not stopping the Hulk, bro?
But he's angry, Craig.
No, bro. Unless it's Juggernaut who has a fucking helmet to protect himself, that shit does not make sense. That shit does not make sense, bro.
But the people watching are not understanding how Hulk was so angry the telepaths didn't matter. It's like
that
you hurt yourself. It does.
Thank you.
I fucking hate
that is such a typo, bro. Like,
I hate the Hulk's power set because it makes no sense. Like, you cannot just get madder and madder and madder. Like, you will plateau very
Come
quickly.
on.
He was just angry. But Logan, who you got at number 2? I just wanted for honorable mention. That's all. But who was your number 2 for going into the manga fight?
I gotta make a hard decision right now. Okay. I'm gonna go with my number 2 is the League of Villains versus the Meta Human Alliance or whatever the fuck.
Like I said.
My guy Twice. You see how Twice is behind everybody right now talking mad shit.
That's a cool ass character, bro. He reminds me a lot of what's his name? Deadpool. Yeah, facts.
Oh, this was already animated, right?
Nope.
I don't know. I don't watch the anime, so
I believe so. Yeah, they fought them. Is that the same dude that
they might have just
and shit like that? And what's his name?
Yeah, they just did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, when Twice did the death parade.
Yeah,
it was fire.
Yeah,
they animated it.
Yeah, like buildings got clapped. But like, my moment is this entire scene, like when they first came into the town. Like, I mean, like buildings got dropped. Like, we got tons of character development. There was fights all the way to the building, all the way through the building, all the way out the building. And then it ended with more character development. That is just an excellent fight. It's probably my favorite.
Amazing hands. The only nigga that didn't get no power up was the fucking reptile nigga. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
He gets his later.
It don't matter.
That ice dude, I can never remember his name. The guy that can turn water to ice.
Yeah. He had a chronokinesis. That guy's ridiculous.
Huge problem.
He's ridiculous. Like he's just like, yo, we gotta take that nigga out first. And Dobby was like, I can't do nothing with this nigga.
Yeah, like that guy's a huge fucking problem. Like he is not in the manga right now.
And the loyalty he had was just like, it was his saving grace of just like not everybody just losing to the League of Villains. Like that chronokinesis he had, I was like, all right, cool. He's on another level.
Yeah, that guy is they took him out expeditiously because he would cause some problems to the main villains right now.
Mm-hmm.
Tay, who you got? Your number 2. And it's probably my number 2, but
so I'm actually short for time. I have something else I have to do. So if it's okay, I'm going to do my 2 in 1, and then I do have to go, unfortunately.
Go
so
ahead.
my number 2 is
appreciate you coming on. So you 2 in 1.
Of course. It's a pleasure. Cam, You need anything from me, I'm always here. Um, so my number two is actually going to be Moro versus Goku. Probably one of the most groundbreaking fights that's probably going to be animated. It's the next arc after the Tournament of Power, where Goku ultimately basically gets a better handle of his mastered ultra instinct. He basically fights Planet Eater Moro and is able to be able to control his MUI better after something happens to someone. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who has not read it yet, but basically Goku is basically smoking Moro's pack. The animation Toyotaro did, I mean, the drawings and the art Toyotaro has done for Goku is absolutely amazing. He really did such a beautiful job with this fight. Um, he also Vegeta was a part of this fight as well, but the
Facts.
spotlight was definitely for Goku. There were some things that happened that didn't need to happen. Again, I'm not going to say what happened because again, I don't know if you have any people who haven't read it yet. But the fight against Goku versus Mara was absolutely beautiful. The uppercut, the the whole Susanoo thing.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen it, it was beautiful. And then my number one is going to be Vegeta versus Granola. I'm going to try to explain it without giving spoilers. Vegeta, that is not Vegeta and
Yeah,
Granola.
yeah, not at all.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Hey, Vegeta said, "Fuck all that fighting shit."
So
Pull out that
Vegeta,
strap.
Get all this, bro.
That's the
Get all this,
that
bro.
was done, boy.
Get
Let
all
me
this
show you
fight.
how
Let
we
me go
used to
figure
do
yeah,
it
it.
on Planet
Vegeta,
Vegeta, nigga.
yeah, Vegeta definitely.
Yeah.
Vegeta in this art, Vegeta is in this arc was absolutely amazing. He basically brought it back to the brutalness of Saiyans, and it basically I feel like it was a homage to his Saiyan saga self, but as a protagonist. Of course, he didn't kill. He doesn't kill, but I feel like Vegeta is more violent in nature than Goku. So this ultra ego form is way more it suits him better than an ultra instinct path. Again, without any spoilers, Vegeta basically fights the strongest man in the universe. He unlocks a new form and he just goes ham. He gets this new form where he's able to take attacks, get more powerful from it, and then he packs Granola up, even though they
But
didn't give.
before you dip real quick, I
Hmm.
love the fact of the one thing Vegeta said in this one. He said, all these times we fight, I gotta protect somebody or I gotta save somebody or I gotta defend somebody all this time. I get to fight just to throw hands this time? Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I'm,
I'm going off.
yeah, but I'm sure
I
Vegeta
get to
enjoyed
just
this
beat I
fight
get
a
to
lot.
just beat ass and do I can get to wherever I want.
I'm sure Vegeta enjoyed this fight
That was
because
probably my favorite
he
part.
was yeah, he was able to be himself, which is just brutal and like he's a brute. He's like
Yeah.
he's not like Goku where it's like, oh yeah, I want to talk no jutsu. You're better than this. Let me save you so we can fight it for a later date. Vegeta's just like, listen, you want to talk about let's see who want to extinct who first. You want to extinct the Saiyans or you want to let me extinct y'all motherfuckers?
Yeah, that
So
was savage when he said
yeah,
that. I
when
was
he
like,
said that,
damn.
he was like, we'll see who's do the extinctions here. So Vegeta definitely showed off in this fight. Probably going to be another groundbreaking fight once this is animated. Vegeta is just he went hand. A lot of people don't like the eyebrow look. It's kind of like Super Saiyan 3-ish, but I'm telling you, the fight will overshadow the aesthetics of Vegeta's ultra ego. So I
Quick
promise
question,
you.
Tay. Quick question. Where
Sure.
do you rank Vegeta and Topo fight?
I would rank Vegeta and Topo as like you mean like a scale from 1 to 10?
Well, like in all the fights that you just showed, like wait,
Oh,
do you feel like it deserves a honorable mention or
I think that it does deserve an honorable mention because I think that Vegeta sometimes gets overshadowed because I think that if Ultra Instinct wasn't introduced against Jiren, I think that Vegeta's Super Saiyan Blue evolution would have definitely been a little bit more of a highlight of the tournament. Even though Vegeta did defeat Topo, it's not really talked about a lot because Topo is again a support character, and he's not really as significant to the Tournament of Power as someone like Jiren or someone like Kefla. Like Topo is basically a brute who was supposed to be I mean, he's like this police whatever dude in his universe who just so happened to be training to be a god, but then you just saw it just wasn't, you know what I mean? It was supposed to be big for Vegeta, but the highlight was Goku versus Jiren, and it kind of overshadowed it. So for me, in terms of fighting, I would definitely give it. I would definitely say it's definitely an honorable mention. But of course, Vegeta gets overshadowed. Look what's going on in the Granola arc now. That fight Vegeta did with Granola is getting overshadowed now by Bardock. Well, sorry, I don't want to give no spoilers. But,
Yes.
you know,
already dropped it.
They don't know. They'll find out.
But I'm gonna go ahead and dip out. If anybody is on here who wants to know more about the Dragon Ball Super manga, I do have a podcast called Ginyu Talk. Also have social medias where I talk about it and things like that. Just look
Drop
up.
all that before you dip. Where they can find you at?
Well, of course, as you guys can see, my name is Black Bulma or Tay. However, you guys know me, I'm pretty popular around these parts. I talk about Dragon Ball. I'm on all social media platforms: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I talk about Dragon Ball. I talk about other anime, but my content is centered around Dragon Ball. So if you are a Dragon Ball fan and you want to come chill with us Dragon Ball fans, we're very unproblematic, and come and join. And well, they're unproblematic. They're unproblematic. I'm not. My community is the. I'm talking about my community.
You said Timbu stronger than Wuhan. How dare you?
They're problematic to me. I'm not problematic to anybody. But if you
Fair enough.
You poke the bear.
When is Ginyu Talk? When is Ginyu Talk air?
Ginyu Talk airs every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We again talk about Dragon Ball and things like that. I'm on there with my co-host G4, and we basically talk about Dragon Ball updates, news, things about the new Dragon Ball superhero movie that's been delayed. We talk about the recent manga chapters that are released every month and things like that. We also allow guests to come on if they want to chime in on the topic as well. So very much appreciated, Cam. Thank you guys so much. All of you guys.
Go follow Black Boma on all social media sites. Go watch Ginyu Talk 7 p.m. or 7:30.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
7 p.m. Go watch them. Ginyu Talk. Appreciate you coming on.
Of course.
Giving your fights, giving your mangas. Hopefully you wrote down the ones we said and you go read them.
Oh yeah, I have it here. It looks super dope. I'm gonna continue watching. I'll be in the comments probably. So, but I will see you. But thank you guys for having me. It was a pleasure. You guys have a great night. Bye, you guys.
Bye. We'll see you on future episodes.
Bye.
I'm ready to keep the ball rolling. He's saying number 2.
That was a doppelganger, bro. That was not Tay. That was not Tay, bro. That was not Tay.
That was what happens when nobody challenges her. It's like we're just vibing.
That's a doppelganger, bro. That wasn't Tay.
When anime comes up, people can
What did y'all put on here, bro? That wasn't Tay. That wasn't Tay, bro. I'm trying to tell you, that was a doppelganger. I know one when I see one, bro.
I'm not.
We'll take the doppelganger. That's fine. That
was a scroll.
Either way, I already know since I said Soul Eater, I'm finna pull Fire Force. Fire Force is probably the most underrated new gen anime simply because it gets overshadowed by all the main ones, JJK, My Hero, Demon Slayer. It gets overshadowed by a lot. I'm thinking simply because the premise isn't as flashy. Firefighters fighting fires with fire powers. Like I'm pretty sure just that premise alone doesn't just get everybody all hot and bothered. No pun intended. So I figured that.
That was hilarious.
I was trying to say that, but I will go on record and say my number 2 fight, which is Arthur versus Dragon. That fight will be a freaking fight of the year contender automatically if it ever gets animated. That fight is amazing. That fight is amazing. Period. Point blank. Them two throw everything at each other. For anybody that may not know or hasn't kept up with the Fire Force manga, Dragon is simply one of the white clad, one of them members in all white clothing that's an antagonistic group in Fire Force in the first 2 seasons. Our Dragon is one of them. He's one of the most powerful ones. And when I say him and Arthur throw down in that fight, they leave everything out there. They fight on Earth. They fight on space.
You said something about the goat?
They go at it. I mean, the fight is amazing. Like it's literally gonna be a fight of the year contender. And they fight multiple times, but that final fight that they have, they give everything at each other, and it is just insane. You said something about the goat.
Arthur is the GOAT, best character in the show.
My man put on that superhero cape and said, "Bro, let's throw down. Lightsaber in hand. I'm taking you out no matter what." And whether he's successful,
Dragon said, I need you to beat my ass. Like, come on.
Dragon's like, okay, bro, let's put on this freaking guts armor. Let's go ahead and throw down this. Let me show you what this work is. It is crazy.
Lovely fight. Craig, who you got at number 2?
Number 2. I'm trying to remember the issue. I'm pretty sure it's okay. Getting a call random. I'll decline that for right now. That's work. I'll call back. Well,
damn,
that's on live.
Life.
Hopefully they don't watch my social media. Like, oh, so this is what we doing?
Yo, Craig's job is about to call in.
Okay. What's up with Charlie?
Craig, I was
got a podcast. Check them out on Sundays.
That's my niggas.
Actually, the Hoaglings weren't that strong, Craig. So
stop. Who said that? Don't do that. Okay, it was 115. Okay, yeah. So yeah, all right, bet. So we talking about my number 2. My number two is my nigga Thrag versus Battle Beast. That has gotta be one of the best fights ever. Like ever, bro. Like when people say like this is it, bro. This is it. I'm not here for nothing else. I don't give a fuck about like they got to the point where it was interruptions, right? It was interruptions in they fight. They teamed up for a minute and bruh got injured. And he slices his own stomach and so no. Ain't gonna be no rematch. I'm not finna catch you on the sly and snake you and win by default. No. It's gonna be a fair one.
Come get these hands.
To the death. That is one of the hardest fights, bro. Literally one of the most brutal fights I've ever seen, rather it be an anime or a comic or a TV show. That is one of the most brutal fights, honorable, beautiful fights I have ever seen with 2 characters that I think are amazing. And Battle Beast put it all on the line and really showed you why people like the Saiyans, they believe survival of the fittest, which is my whole mindset is to be the best and I'm gonna survive by fighting the best. And that's how Battle Beast function. So like as far as like this being like one of my favorite fights, it's that mentality, the fight, the talk between the two, the respect. Like it's amazing. It's a masterpiece, bro.
It's giving Luffy versus Katakuri vibes. You know what I'm saying? Anyone that's hip to that already know. niggas be giving fair ones. We'll cut our stomach open right now. I don't care. Let's get it.
Real quick, my comic number 2, since I can't define my comics, I'm sorry, but it's Thor. It's a 3 Thors versus Gore. I mean,
that was beautiful.
If you just read this, the Gore arc for Thor is ridiculous. Past Thor, current Thor, King Thor. It took 3 Thors to beat this nigga, so just like it was just insane. Just the artwork, the writing. Everything was just A1 at that point. I mean, Gore was on another level. with this shit he's doing. I hope he gets done well in the movie Thor. I think Love and Thunder. That's what it's gonna
He
get
should have
called.
been.
Is
He should have
it
been
Well,
rated
Thor
R?
Ragnarok. He should have
I
been
don't think
Thor
it's really rated up,
Gonna
but
ruin it.
just for this
Fire.
scene alone, Thor with a necro blade and 2 fucking Mjolnirs. Come on now, like this
You
is this guy. This fight was. I was like, what the fuck is going on? They're just doing whatever the fuck they want at this point.
can I chime in?
Yeah, go ahead. It's
So
crazy.
he literally brought up 2 of my favorite comic runs, which is Thor Ragnarok and Hulk, Warrior Hulk. These are 2 of my favorite comics runs, not just like issues, like favorite comic runs, almost in all of Marvel. And the fucking Marvel Studios killed this shit. Like the shit that we seen on screen versus what we got in comics. The fact that Thor all of a sudden has more power without the hammer. Yeah. That's all. I'm not gonna go on a tangent, bro. But I'm so glad you showcased this because this is the reason why comic book fans get irritated when we go to the movies. Because if you saw that shit and you read these comics, you would see that's the kind of shit that we want to see. And fucking tickets
But the
to watch it would
the whole
Yeah.
story was just
And not
the whole
only
story
that,
was just crazy.
not only
Fire.
that, it's what you want to see too. It's like I feel
Yeah,
like a lot of
facts.
viewers are like, oh, they got to change the comics because a lot of people wouldn't like what happens in the comics, and it's like, no, if you like these characters, you would love these comics.
Facts. And it's way
Right.
better storytelling. Way more of an interesting villain. Facts. You know what I mean? Way better fight, way better Thor, way better. Bro, it's hey. I just wanted to say that.
Hey.
Hey.
All right, Logan, we got your number 1.
Number 1, man. Okay, this was a long road to get here.
Long road.
I'm gonna have to go with Undead versus Spoil, man. Like in Undead Unluck, let me tell you about this guy real quick. My guy Undead, this is not even a spoiler. So they fight God, right?
What is this called? Is it called
Undead? Yeah, it's called Undead Unluck. So listen. These people fight God. This is what they do. Well, God lets the planet go for a few thousand years, and then he destroys it, and then he redoes the planet, right? I really don't like any of the Thor movies, like at all. But
I thought number 1 was cool.
Yeah, but okay, so this guy is when God destroys the planet, God cannot kill this guy. God has to rebuild the entire universe around this man. So he is completely undead. So he's fighting this law of nature, Spoil. Until Spoil appeared on the planet, there was no dying. Like you cannot die, you cannot rot. Nothing ever rotted until this thing appeared. When this guy appears, he starts instantly rotting everything, and Undead's like, "Oh, you can't rot me. I'm undead." He starts rotting Undead's limbs, though. Anyway, does not matter. Why? Because Undead can cut off his limbs, and it'll become a whole nother him. He starts rotting Undead. He makes this mistake of rotting his head, and that unlocks Undead's past memories, and he becomes his true self. Biggest fucking problem ever. Sends this nigga to space. They're fighting in space. Like I can't even like really even go into Undead's powers. Like he has way too fucking many powers. He's like, and all of them come down to you catching the hands. Like I mean, you know, like this guy's getting his hand burned off with lasers. Like you see a laser that like goes across continents and shit. It's cutting his hands off, and he's just using the bones as blades. Like it's a amazing fight. Like and honestly, like worth reading just to get to that fight. You can put it down after that. Like that's such an excellent moment.
I haven't read it or heard about it, but the way you just sold me, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to.
We're getting gems here. We're getting gems here.
It's probably one of the most unique things, one of the most unique animes you'll ever read. It's different.
Okay.
If you're getting stuff you just hearing first time, write it down. You know, just like Kay did, they our suggestions rolled down. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and enable notifications of Blerd Entertainment on the YouTube. I can follow both pages on Blerd Cartel and the new Blerd Entertainment page. But my number one, Granola and Vegeta got taken, and Mari already said the Go Arthur versus Dragon. That's one of my best favorites. But my favorite, number one is going to be. I mean, come on. Superman versus Doomsday.
Talking about the first one.
The first one.
Yeah, the cryogenics. Yeah.
At the end of the day, Superman versus Doomsday is just like you just like, yo, you see Superman and just like, yo, Superman can get fucked up. It could be the nostalgia in me. It's just like, it's just like Superman get fucked up. One would never think Superman just would get fucked up, and it's just like they put this shit on the news. Superman died. Come on now. Panels was like of artwork just and put on the news on the 6 o'clock news. Superman is dead, dirt, getting his ass beat by fucking Doomsday. Just like
niggas just taking pictures and shit. World Star, my nigga, putting him on World Star.
World Star. This the first World Star. Just like this nigga, super dead. I just like it's not my favorite. Right, it's not my favorite comic book fight. Not for the sake of anything, but it's just like one of the most iconic.
I agree.
Anime fights or and like comic book fights or just like illustrated fights. It's just like Superman died. The niggas is on the news just like stopping shit. It's like a moment of time for this fictional character that didn't exist, and it's like niggas on the 6 o'clock news is popping up. Oh, Superman died. It's like what? This is insane. If you actually read it, it's just like it's pretty crazy. Just like, and looking at it, and then the artwork doesn't do it. Another that Superman getting black and blued and getting and bleeding and just like his costume getting ripped off and just like with this nigga's bare fucking hands and just like the sadness. You see the sadness on people's faces. Not that fucking nonsense Superman vs. Doomsday animated movie. That did it no justice. And then for the fact that the Justice League was there, that just made it worse. But this is the Superman going solo coming down, just like, yo, I don't think I could beat this nigga. And it's just like he did.
My favorite part about that fight is Superman's internal monologue where he's like, I'm punching him and it's hurting me. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Bruh did it. He literally had to pull a last resort and say, you know what? Okay, let's go to space. Ain't nothing I'm gonna do physically gonna drop this nigga. So I'm gonna use all my strength plus gravity to drop this dude. And if this don't happen, then I don't know what to say. Like,
and just Superman and Lois's arms, and then it's just a cover. It's just rubble with Superman's cape in the air, just in the wind. It's just like, all right, this is one of those ones right there. I don't think it can ever be replicated. It's definitely one of one. I don't see it really like any like anime moment for right now that can duplicate something like that. But yeah, that's why this is my number one. Just like Superman do that. All right, go ahead.
I want to rebuttal. I think that Muhammad Ali did Superman way greasier. I just want to, the fact that you are the most renowned hero in the universe.
It was a handicap. It was a red sun. Come on.
And the black man, Ale Kumbaya, stung like a bee, flew like a butterfly, like, and dropped your ass in front of all the JL. That's a little bit more newsworthy, is all I'm saying.
I'm just saying they stopped what the fuck they were doing and say Superman has this feet.
Yeah, you know, I mean, especially when you consider Muhammad Ali did knock out Superman. So I mean,
knocked his ass out.
It could be one of one. It could be here and there. I'm just saying. they stopped what the fuck they were doing. It's just like, yo, Superman gone. I was like, damn, this is crazy.
I know this is super random and super pro black thinking, but I just think like when you really think about what black characters do in some of these comics, like the fact that a black man knocked out Superman, the fact that a black man knocked boots with Wonder Woman, like stuff like that. But, like black men be doing some things, even if we not like the mainstream hero. Behind the scenes, there's some shit going on. Like,
yeah, I routinely think about Jon Stewart and how just fucking excellent.
Does not get any credit. Like, not nearly. I don't understand why they don't renown him more of a Green Lantern than they do.
Because Kyle Rayner was just like there.
Yeah,
you said because he was there.
How's the first? But I'll give you the first. Not the first, but we all know that. You know, the alien that gave him the ring was the first. But Hal Jordan is the most popular Green Lantern. But Kyle Rayner, but then Kyle Rayner was just like one of the most powerful, and then they skipped over Jon Stewart.
Right.
I get what you're saying, and Jon Stewart had the ultraviolet ring.
Yeah,
nasty.
He was on another level.
I hate that the White Lanterns, they just like change their hair color, and it's like the same nigga, really. Like, you know, he's got slightly different personality, but it's the same dude. Like
I get it, but like White Lantern Kyle Rayner, he was on another level. He just like, yo, I got the power of the Source Wall. I'm like, oh, okay.
But like that's because he's cool because of the power, not because of Kyle. You know, and like
I get it.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
And also in retrospect, if you blind Kyle Rayner, he can't do shit. So it's just like whatever. And Guy was like his most prominent when he was a Red Lantern. So yeah, you know, and then Sinestro was still a beast. So I get it. Sinestro's still that nigga. But Jon Stewart is still that nigga when it
he
comes
literally
to
just said that. Kyle's backstory is just tragic as fuck. It's lackluster.
I like how Jon Stewart went up to the Guardians. It's like y'all niggas ain't shit really. So it's just like
yeah, they just need to go ahead.
I
and
appreciate
Jon
Stewart
cartoon because like that's one of the single best pieces of superhero anything.
Fire. And I told y'all, like in the beginning of this, I said I'm an X-Men fan, but I'm not gonna sit here and cap like JL fucking cartoon wasn't shit.
Are we gonna throw it in the chat? Are we gonna throw it in the chat? The best like comic book cartoon ever?
That would go crazy. Cause we got Static Shock, we got Spider-Man, like
Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond, which needs to be a fucking movie. What the fuck are y'all doing?
Hold on. If you're asking me to shit on a comic book cartoon, it will be Batman Beyond. I'm going to shit on that show because it's so bad.
We are gonna have words. That is the movie
Terry is my nigga. Terry is a real nigga.
You can't hate on Terry.
Terry is a real nigga.
No sir.
Hold on. He fights. Roll fuss game, Inc. Roll fuss game. He doesn't fight Roll fuss game every episode.
Blight.
Oh, Blight! Oh my God, the Blight!
He got Blight.
Blight is terrible.
Excuse
Blight
me.
is terrible.
And then you talking about just bro. Even if you look in the comic books, Terry is even still that nigga. Terry is a fucking problem.
Batman Beyond is ass. We're not gonna do this.
I'm glad you finally showed up, Cam. You was doing so good all video. I'm so glad you reminded me who you was, bro. I appreciate it. Like, you know this moment that you just reminded me of when the fucking Goblin was like finally changed up on Peter. This is exactly what this shit felt like just now. The Goblin finally showed himself.
Cam, go
so
ahead and put that comment up there, Cam. I know you see that shit.
Yeah. You're tweaking. I can't. You
have it beyond ass.
No,
that's crazy.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you.
Who is we?
We don't care.
That's
We don't
He
care.
himself
You
and
the
the
only
voices in his
nigga.
head. He and the
Yeah.
voices in his head. That's who
Him
he's
and
talking
the
about.
him and the
Ain't no
goblin.
way, bro.
We
Ain't no
don't
way.
care.
Ain't no
My
way.
Randy, who you got number 1?
I'm so disappointed in this
This
man,
nigga.
but I shouldn't be surprised. I shouldn't be,
Batman
but
was ass. I know what you really want, but
it's not.
you know.
But you know what? I don't know. We just upset because Cyclops hasn't got his own show like that, but it's okay.
If they made Cyclops Beyond, this nigga would be
It will
all
probably be
over.
ass. It will probably be ass. I can keep it 100 with my character.
Okay, we forgive you. We forgive you. Because my number
Spider-Man
one.
had ass shows. I can keep it 100.
What?
And Batman
I'm
Beyond is not
saying
one of
other
the ass shows. You know,
shows,
we cool on
other
that. We'll talk
Spider-Man
about that another
shows.
week.
I see
We'll
what
talk
you're
about that another week.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw the MTV Spider-Man show? If you didn't see that, I don't want to hear nothing. Because that shit was ass.
I don't know.
It's Spider-Man. It was on MTV, and it was terrible.
I don't want to talk about that.
All right.
Look at that. Hurt people.
man.
You see that? Hurt people. That's what the topic is.
But that's what you're doing, Cam. You're trying to hurt us because you feel hurt.
I'm not hurting anybody. I'm just giving my opinion.
That can't be a valid opinion, bro. You gotta be trolling, bro. That's gotta be the goblin, bro. That's gotta be the goblin. It can't be you.
It gotta be the goblin.
Go
ahead, Monterey. I want the goblin to come out.
So my number one, I still don't forgive Tagashi for this. I really don't, because this is probably my favorite fight I've seen. But
I love bright picks.
That Crollo versus Hisoka fight in Hunter x Hunter is one of the best fights I have seen in a manga period. I don't get. I just do not get I just needed that fight to get animated. Just get to that point. You ain't got to go into the Dark Continent arc. I don't even care. I'm not even interested in this premise because you wrote out the 2 main characters. We ain't even start on that mess. But just the fact that fight alone was foreshadowed early in the show. It was foreshadowed, and they actually brought it up. And 2 antagonistic enemies having a serious fight is already rare enough when it comes to anime and manga. Anyway, it's already rare, and they put on one of the best showcases in Heaven's Arena I have ever seen. Those 2 are literal geniuses of men. They're genius fighters. They did their best to prepare for the fight. It's a fight you can't really predict because they're both enemies or both enemy type people. Even though Crollo, Lucifer, he's gonna went back and forth. But either way, they're not good people. And so when they fight, and 2 non-good people fight, it's anybody's guess under most circumstances. They put on the show. They showed the best points of Nin, which is the best power system I've seen in anime anyway. They've shown like the best points of Nin. They've shown the best points of fighting. Everything about Hunter x Hunter that makes the fights and the show worthwhile to watch. Those 2 perfected, and those 2 show it. That fight is amazing. They use the audience. They use each other. They put on a show, and it's one of the best fights I've seen in manga. The fact that it may not ever be animated is a crime. It is a crime.
Especially because he don't even got to do it himself.
Isaac versus Carmen, who's that?
Let your wife make it. You can let her animate it.
You don't even got to do it. We got a whole studio.
You got a whole. Let your wife do it. A Sailor Moon version of it. I'd watch it. I don't care. But the fact that fight is one of the best fights I've seen in anime and manga, and it may not ever come out to be anime. It's just a crime.
Hopefully.
It really is.
But
I've already accepted at this point that Hunter x Hunter will never come back. I'm sorry, everybody. I've literally accepted it.
I haven't watched it, bro.
It'll never come back.
Craig, I will leave you with the luxury of giving us your number 1 to wrap up the show.
Okay, that's fine. Also, I want to just go off of what Hudson said. Crollo definitely put a loaded Lux and told my man Hisoka, the hospital giving beds out. Because he really put that man down. Like, and it was long overdue. People need to see
then the plot twist after the fight. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
I'm so
I need Hisoka fans to see that fight because they put this man way too high on a fucking tier list. Like,
Hisoka is my
really
favorite
don't
character
know
in the
his
show,
full
bro.
potential is.
He's my second favorite character in the show for a reason. The man is deaf. I don't care that he's a weird pedophile dude. I do not care. The man is an assassin of the highest order. I don't care. Dang.
I will ask this. I wanted to ask this before Craig went on. Battle IQ. Who has higher Who has a higher battle IQ, Hisoka or Kakashi?
Ooh, Kakashi, easy. Hisoka or Kakashi battle IQ, easily.
Yeah.
Easily Kakashi. 10 toes down. Ain't no way.
I got this nigga thinking.
That's debatable. I would say it's debatable in the respect to their own anime. Like Kakashi has been in wars and stuff, so he has more of the advantage of having more experience. But just in the realm of the show, he's probably got the best battle IQ there. So it's debatable in the realms of their show. Kakashi has more because he has more experience because hell, he's older and has been in like 2 wars. So I can give him that. But just in respect to their show,
he's
boy,
the copy ninja for a reason. He
no,
knows way
he
more.
got hacks to go along with that. But
We're not giving them that. I'm just saying.
Hokage level thinking.
That's why I said I give it to Kakashi because he has more experience and like just better access to hacks. I give it to Kakashi for that. But just in realms
Created
today,
his own jutsus.
Hisoka has the fact that Hisoka had. I can't even spoil the fight. Hisoka did what he did in that fight and afterwards. Man.
And still got dropped.
All right, Craig, who you got at number 1?
Man,
my question got answered.
I give it to Kakashi, but in the shows,
nah, man, don't think too hard, bro.
In reference to their shows,
he's just like, don't.
Like, to each other, like Kakashi has better advantages for hacks and stuff, but just in their shows, boy.
I hear what you're saying. That could be another post that you make, Cam. Who has the best battle IQs in their own universe? That'd be dope. I'm definitely gonna say my number 1 is gonna be Spawn issue 161. That will be Divine Spawn.
I knew Spawn would make an appearance. Yep.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. Because I didn't think nobody would give my man some credit. Man, I didn't think nobody mentioned him. I mean, I was pretty right for the most part. But man, Spawn is such a slept-on character, bro. Like, he definitely just needs to make another movie. He definitely needs to come out with another show, which the show was beautiful. You know what I mean? Like
HBO, John.
Yes, with the I mean, obviously with today's society, we probably can't get a show like that. That's too much.
I think we can.
How? Well, all the censoring that's going on,
we got
Looney Tunes, bro. They censoring Looney Tunes. You think they gonna not censor Spawn?
We got the boys,
man. My boy Pepe Le Pew can't even make it.
Pepe Le Pew had to ride the bench so Homelander can kill niggas. So
you're hilarious for that. You're hilarious for that.
Give and take.
That's
it's a give and take.
Let me go into why this is one of my favorites. Divine Spawn. Basically, this is one of the most, if arguably the most powerful Spawn that you get. Obviously, there's other iterations of Spawn. There's other Spawn type characters. Just like how you got Spider-Man. But this is the Spawn that put Earth on his back. This man is Earth's hero. He literally took on Satan and God at the same time and soloed not only them, but they armies at the same time.
Craziness.
At the same time. And then not only did he did that, but he played them mentally to make them think that he died and trapped them in their own universe. That's just me giving you the you know what I mean? Just the surface, but the fact that if you actually are a Spawn fan, like I'm a Spawn fan, you know what I mean, since a kid, video games and all. When you know the actual characters, the many characters under Satan and under under God that he fights within that whole war by himself, no help, no extra angels, none of that. Spawn took out characters who are like universal level, multi-dimensional levels, and knocked these out with one shots. It's ridiculous, bro. Like he was literally a entity, a one-man entity, not a one-man army, a one-man entity. And this is like not only most iconic, but definitely one of my favorite fights because not only was Spawn smart, not only was Spawn powerful, but because that this was a character development for Spawn versus him just being a brute and, you know, trying to go through his hate, he actually was thinking methodically. And what I think they wrapped up that arc was so beautiful was the I think it was the divine, right? The divine gave divine Spawn his power, right? She was the mother. She basically created
Yeah,
Satan
mother.
and she basically created Satan and God, and basically she gave Spawn the opportunity to do what he wanted to with the universe. What is it that you want to do? You can make man in your liking and all this other stuff. And God and Spawn said, I have been fighting God and Satan and demons all my life for all my afterlife. And I have learned that having more power only makes you more of a, more of a villain. Basically, power is nothing if you it's basically the opposite of free will. So I would much rather you take all this power away without that freedom for me to basically like have the opportunity to actually live life. Because once you have the power to control everything, you actually don't have freedom. Because all you're doing is controlling, you're not living. Amazing. That was amazing. Like, that's not a Spawn that you hear. You know what I mean? So yeah, like
Only to find out that you a hole.
Yeah, exactly. You're an asshole. All these guys are assholes, is what he said.
I appreciate everybody for coming on. Go watch Get You Talk. Appreciate Tay for coming on. Go follow her Black Boma on everything on social media. Logan had to tip out, but Craig, where you can find you at. Besides the Blerd Collective, go follow the Blerd Collective new group. Everybody gets to, showcase their creativity on there. Go follow on Facebook. But Craig, where you can find you at.
Hey man, so it's Craig, but you can catch me on Facebook, which is CREIG Turner. That's Craig Turner on Facebook. You can catch me on the Universal Debates. Carmen, you can catch me on IG. That's my name, Carmen, KHAN -man, CRON_con, KHAN_deliberation. That's my IG page. And you're gonna catch me on the Blerd. You're gonna catch me on the Then and Out. Maybe sometimes when we do another, debate, or you're gonna see me in the comics. Either way, I'm a support system. I'm a fan, so y'all gonna see me around.
Quickly, you'll see Craig on the What It Sound Like podcast, 7 p.m. on the Blerd Cartel.
Facts.
We're gonna have that 90s.
Tomorrow is gonna be crazy. Tomorrow's gonna be crazy. I'm glad you mentioned that because this is honestly the What It Sound Like is becoming one of my favorite ones, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. The things that we coming up with, the auctions and all that it's gonna get a little, you know what I mean, real interesting. You know what I mean? So
What It Sound Like podcast, 90s draft, who's gonna have the best label at the end of the day. And Craig has the first pick of the draft. I have the third pick. Hollywood Simpson has the last pick, and Zell Nobel has the second pick. So we're going to build our labels tomorrow. 90s draft. We have the caveat of having the 83 being the cuff of the beginning of the draft. The end is obviously 99. So all the 90s artists, you got Britney Spears, DMX, Jay-Z, Radiohead.
Boy.
Anybody of that nature. They're not sticking strictly to rap. We could do R&B also. Also, was it 112, Black Street, Drew Hill, Mariah Carey. Just like you can, we've done the pricing, we've done everything. Tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m.
I don't like the fact that he keeps
draft is
telling
coming up.
You gotta mention the West Coast, bro. Stop doing this like that, bro. Y'all name all these artists. Stop doing this like that. We got you know what I'm saying? We got E40. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. We out here too. Understand that the West Coast was running it during the 90s. You know what I'm saying? We gonna show this stuff tomorrow.
Spoiler alert, Craig's first pick is Tupac. And he's going to spend a
Facts.
budget on.
Build off of that because who
All right,
would
so
pick
relax.
2000
We know the Fugees. We know Biggie. We know that. We know all this. Like LL's still there. We all know this. But
Ice Cube.
tune in. Ice Cube. We know this. Dr. Dre. Tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. for the draft. Vote for your favorite label that you do have. Let us know who won the draft. It's gonna
Cam
be
got a lot of confidence.
I'm gonna watch
Listen,
that.
Listen. When I pick Britney Spears first, I don't want to hear shit.
Exactly. Who starts off a '90s level and say, I'm good, all the white people. This man named all the white people like, oh yeah, NSYNC, Britney Spears.
Britney Spears first.
I promise y'all, when we do the 2000s label, he gonna be like Iggy Azalea. Watch him. Watch him.
If I do the 2000 draft, I'm getting 50 first, and then you'll just automatically lose. So just like whatever.
I respect it.
Anyways, Monterey Hudson, where they can find you at.
Man, come catch your boy on Instagram, catch your boy on TikTok. You can click on the link trees and find all the podcasts I'm part of. Come catch Bro Ugly, come catch Overall 99. Join me on the Blerd Cartel when I'm joined here. I got the podcast for the funny. I got the podcast for the serious. I got it for the real. I got it for what's popping. Whatever you're interested in, come see them. I got listings. I got plenty of options. If you like your anime, come hit with your boy on TikTok. It do get ugly. It is what it is, though.
And I got my little rundown thing. But there's always the rundown, the Dinner Now podcast with Charlie and them. Catch them on Sundays. Anime Taku. Check the women of Anime Taku on Mondays. Check Beichan on Tuesdays. We got the Bird Cartel Roundtable. We're gonna hit the chat up and figure out what the next topic is. Check us out on Wednesdays. Thursdays is What It Sound Like, 7 p.m. We're gonna do the 90s draft tomorrow. Check how I outbid these niggas, and had the best label.
I know that's the plan of attack you gonna go with. You gonna try to make a motherfucker run his pockets out. That's what you gonna do, but it ain't gonna happen. I ain't fighting.
Okay.
I just gotta see how much money they're gonna start off with. They got to be. I gotta see how much.
We got $200. We got $200 budget. But Friday night you're for the wrestling. If you're a wrestling head, just check us out. We're gonna talk about that. And then Sundays it's sport podcast. Tyreek Hill to the Dolphins. Oof, nasty. But we listen. We're gonna talk about that on Sunday. Check us out, please. As the Blerd Cartel, everything. Come like and follow the page. Bulletproof Entertainment on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, and notifications, all that good stuff on YouTube. Go follow the new page that we do have. Go follow the Blerd Collective on Facebook. You can stream, post, promote. We let y'all do all that stuff. Get your shit off. Get your shit off to help us get our shit off. So just if you need a pause, if you need a pause, go ahead and do that. But we be here every Wednesday, talk about whatever. I appreciate Tay for coming on. Can you talk about? Go watch them on Fridays. We ain't got shit going on Fridays, so just go watch them. You know what I mean? No disrespect. I'm just saying supporting the black content creators all over the place. That's it for us. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a good show. And it's pretty spoiler free, so I mean, no crying and stuff like that. We ain't saying this nigga died, that nigga died, all that other stuff. Somebody got turned into a, But appreciate y'all for watching. We'll be back. What It Sound Like again. What It Sound Like podcast tomorrow, 7 p.m. 90s draft going in. All right, hope you watch and enjoy.
Yeah, gotta see it.
And I'll see you on Sunday. Craig, I'll see you tomorrow. And I'll see myself on the rest of the days of the week. I'll be working.
All
right, y'all. Appreciate y'all.